Hello everyone, you are all welcome to lecture number 1380, and today's topic is the development of solar paint is really an exciting innovation because today we are aware of solar panel, and solar is the main source of renewable energy. And if I am talking of this planet, there are mainly three axes. One is energy, then food, and the other one is water. They are all linked together. All this food and water we can get only when we have energy. And we have limited energy. That is called fossil fuel in the form of liquid, in the form of gas, or in the form of solid. And at the same time, this energy that is called fossil fuel of crude oil, petroleum, is not favorable in terms of environment and our health issue, because the carbon in the form of carbon dioxide or in the form of carbon monoxide, their deposition anywhere inside our body or on the earth is causing lot of global warming and lung cardiovascular health problem, and at the same time it has limitation. So we are looking for other source of energy where we can recycle and renew, that is called renewable source of energy. So after solar panel, now the chemist, scientist, they synthesized a very interesting material and they are paint. One is called titanium dioxide, that is called titanium dioxide, and the other one is called molybdenum disulfide. Disulfide. These two substances, one is titanium dioxide, other one is molybdenum disulfide. They are paint, they are lubricant, and if they are painted on the wall of the house, they will work as a solar paint. In the case of solar panel, the photon, the electrical or the solar energy is absorbed. Electron is released. By the excitement of electron, it is released, it is captured, that direct current is converted into DC into AC, and we are using as electricity. But in the case of solar paint, it will be painted on your house, and these paints are having very good capacity to absorb two things. One is sunlight, and plus water. So actually, the combination of sunlight and water will produce H2 plus O2, means hydrogen and oxygen in the form of gas, and this hydrogen is collected in the form of fuel, hydrogen fuel, that is called green fuel, or we call it clean fuel. Because when this liquid hydrogen is used, there will not be production of carbon monoxide or carbon dioxide. That's why it is called the source of green energy, hydrogen. And this reaction and the paint, this combination of molybdenum disulfide with titanium dioxide are fantastic absorbent of light, of water from air, humidity. Actually, here we are harvesting the hydrogen from water. That water is hanging in the form of vapor, in the form of humidity. And it is possible everywhere, because even in Nigeria or Borno state or desert area, some percentage of 8 to 10% of waters are hanging in the form of humidity or water vapor. So once these paints are painted, they are capable of absorbing water from air and then sunlight. So once sunlight is absorbed, there will be, that is called photocatalytic reaction. One is in the case of solar panel, photovoltaic cells are there, and those voltaic cells, they are converting photon in the form of electricity. But here catalytic reaction will take place in presence of sunlight. These two materials, titanium dioxide plus molybdenum sulfide, MoS2 and TiO2 combined together will provide the best platform to absorb the water and to absorb the sunlight. And this combination, the electron will be excited, will be released, and these two materials together, they will work as a good semiconductor. Means they will allow the electron to flow in the form of electricity, and two type of reaction will take place. Oxygen will be oxidized, hydrogen will be reduced in the form of liquid hydrogen. So oxidation reduction, somewhere electron will be gained and somewhere electron will be accepted and released. So donor and acceptor, electron release and electron acceptance will take place, and that is called redox reaction. That is taking place, and in presence of sunlight, that is called photocatalytic reaction. And let me show you some of the images. So this is the house. The wall and windows are painted with that is solar paint, and water vapor is hanging around, and once they are absorbed, they are splitted due to photocatalytic reaction into hydrogen molecule and oxygen gas. The hydrogen molecule will be collected in the form of clean, renewable source of energy. Here in Australia, this man is painting the wall with titanium dioxide and molybdenum disulfide paint, and this paint is going to work as a solar paint. It will absorb light, it will absorb water, and light water, in that combination water will be splitted into hydrogen and oxygen, and hydrogen will be collected as a renewable source of green energy. Again, you can see here the houses are painted with this solar paint, and solar paint is the mixture of titanium dioxide, that is white paint, and this one, that is molybdenum disulfide, is actually a bluish lubricant coating, and both are the powerful substance, chemical substance in the form of paint to absorb sunlight and also water, so that the water will be splitted and electricity will be produced by release of electron due to excitation by getting the photon in the form of energy, and that will be enough to split the water molecule into hydrogen and oxygen. This is your titanium dioxide, very fantastic shining white paint, very stable, durable, and there will not be much deterioration due to oxidation. And nowadays, globally, 90% of the white paints which are used is replaced by titanium dioxide, because before it was zinc oxide, some other oxides were used, but now in most of the places, in 90% cases, they are using the best, very fine shining white color paint is titanium dioxide. This is actually your molybdenum MoS2, molybdenum disulfide, that is light blue in color, and it is a type of coating and very powerful to absorb the water and sunlight and work as one of the best photocatalyst and semiconductor. So still, it may take some time to get solar paint and our houses will be painted and we will get this renewable energy, because still some research is going on in Australia, South Korea and China. Its affordability. Actually, affordability is this main thing. For any scientist, any emerging new technology, whatever product we are getting, the first question comes whether it is affordable to 95-99% people or not, or it is only for 3 million, up 2%, 3% population. Like your solar panel in Maiduguri, Borno state, people are using, but 90% of the people cannot afford, because the panel itself is very costly. It needs millions of naira. Again, then your lithium ion battery or lead battery all are about 200, 300 and even 1 million naira. So to install the infrastructure of solar panel to get the electricity from sun, the main source of energy supply, but affordability is not there. And from very beginning, since last 40 years, I am telling this thing. After seeing all the development of chemistry and science, lot of substances are synthesized, new type like titanium dioxide, molybdenum disulfide, the best lubricant, the best white pigments, and they can act as a very good material, as a photocatalyst, as a good absorbent, for sunlight. But the cost is the main thing. That's why they are working. And you might be knowing, last week, the great city of the world, that is called New York. And in New York City, one gentleman, 34-year-old, he is Indian based, but he is Indian American. He won the election. And lot of senior people, they lost against him. And his only agenda is affordability in New York City. To afford energy, to afford residence, to afford transportation. And all are linked to energy. Like in Maiduguri, electricity is there. They are supplying. But I know that 80-90% of us cannot afford to have 24-hour electricity by putting our air conditioner, fridge or refrigerator. So the main thing is this. The same thing goes to your food. Food production is there. For example, in India, we have more than 400 million tons of food grain produced, out of which up to 100 million tons are reserved in godown. That is called Food Corporation of India, FCI, surplus food grain. But at the same time, 800 million Indian population, more than 60% out of 1.4 billion, cannot afford food grain to buy. So that is the affordability, is not the question of production. I want such type of emerging technology, whether it is artificial intelligence tools or digital or robotic or automation or agriculture technology, whatever different type of technologies, if it fails to provide affordable food, affordable energy, and affordable drinking water and water for sanitation, the again serious problem comes to water. In Borno state or even in northern part of Nigeria, to get safe drinking water is costly. Sanitation, water for sanitation, everybody is purchasing maybe 100 naira, 200 naira per 40 liter, 20 liter jerry can. If we have 5-6 family members, every day we have to spend 1000 naira per capita consumption of water. Here is minimum in Borno state, not more than 50 liter per capita, per head. But the normal consumption of water for sanitation, for safe drinking, is 250 liter per day, per person in Europe and India. So that is question of affordability. The same thing is here also. In the case of solar paint, still some lot of research is going on how to make it affordable. Some of the houses in European countries like in Australia or in South Korea, they have started painting. They can afford, but at the moment, 95% of us cannot afford. So affordability is the biggest issue of 9 billion global population, where whatever energy is produced, whatever natural resources are there to consume by this 9 billion population, 80% because of high tech is consumed by only 3 billion population. They are in Europe and America. In rest of 20%, 6 billion people are there in Asia and Africa. So there should be shift of energy, shift of food grain, shift of water for sanitation and for safe drinking purpose. So that is the main issue, and my understanding from last 20 years I am saying, and I wish I may not be there on this planet, but I am sure, I am confident the time will come where two things should be free and will be free for whole of the global population. One, energy. Why I am confident? Sun, solar energy. Solar energy one day fall. If it is captured and is stored in the battery, it can take this 9 billion population for 5,000 years. Oh, only one day fall. So such a huge source of solar energy is there, and we have technology now. We have such materials, such powerful voltaic cells that we can capture photons, we can convert into electricity, and we can convert into energy for our use. And in space it can be produced. And just like we are using internet, in the same way we should use the electricity which is produced in the space, and thousands of satellites are moving around the earth. So we have technology, energy should become free to everybody. It should not be costly at all. So that in hot season like April or May, without electricity we are spending sleepless night, sweating. In many countries, not only in Africa or Nigeria, even in Asian countries, 80% people cannot afford electricity 24 hours with AC and all electronic gadget like fridge and refrigerator. The second thing should be free: electronic cloud, that is Wi-Fi, internet. It should be free because we have thousands of satellites moving and all infrastructures are created. It's only global politics which is making very costly. In Nigeria, especially in University of Maiduguri, many students, now it is digital age, lot of material, just like my lecture is available. They can watch, but they cannot afford. Because if they are watching for 5-10 minutes, their 200-300 naira has gone. They cannot afford. Once they cannot afford their 1 square meal, how can they afford to watch the lecture? It should be free to all universities, all educational institutions. In India, luckily, most of the educational institutions and many places is very, very nominal charges. The poorest of the poor can afford. Why in Africa it is so costly? It's a big question. All the infrastructures are created. So it is my humble request to all leaderships, especially in this digital age, where there are, I can say, hundreds and thousands of applications, tools of artificial intelligence. They are still not investing in artificial intelligence to introduce at secondary, primary level the basic knowledge, so that in the universities they can get their combined knowledge of artificial intelligence, robotic, automation. These three axis is combined today, so that in future they can be highly skilled and they can get job in coming 40 years. I can tell you very clearly, if you are not taking care for today, tomorrow future will be dark. If we are not following the new emerging technology applications like combined artificial intelligence, robotic, along with automation. So really it is very, very exciting to convert paint into solar paint. And this research is done in one institute, Royal Institute of Technology, Australia. And there they have developed this technology, but lot of work is going on in South Korea and China. So very soon we are going to get this paint. Number one, transforming paint into solar paint. Researchers at Royal Melbourne Institute, that is called RMIT University in Australia, developed a solar paint that absorbs sunlight and water. And the best combination is that is titanium dioxide and molybdenum disulfide from the air and use sunlight to split water molecules into hydrogen and oxygen. This process involves, that is called photocatalysis. Photocatalysis means such type of reactions which are catalyzed in presence of sunlight. That is called photocatalysis. And also there are some free radical reaction where sunlight is used as a photocatalyst. In presence of sunlight, those free radical reaction will take place. So they are known as photochemical reaction or photochemistry. Whatever chemistry is involved, where sunlight is used for that reaction is called photochemical reaction, and what branch of chemistry is involved, that is called photochemistry. So here in this process, the photocatalysis is involved means these two chemical materials, paints, that is TiO2, titanium dioxide, and molybdenum disulfide. They are the best material to absorb the water vapor from the humidity, to absorb the sunlight and work as a semiconductor to produce the energy and electricity. So photocatalysis and the solar paint contains titanium dioxide and molybdenum disulfide that absorbs sunlight and initiate chemical reaction. Number two, water absorption and hydrogen production. Water is absorbed. After that, splitting will take place. That is called photocatalysis reaction will take place. These two materials are involved, and water will be split into hydrogen and oxygen. The solar panel absorbs water from the air, which is then split into hydrogen and oxygen. In this way, hydrogen gas is produced through photocatalytic reaction. That is called photocatalytic reaction because in presence of sunlight, the reaction is taking place. And these two materials are working as a catalyst. The product, hydrogen gas, is collected and used as a clean fuel, or we call it green energy. Why we call it green energy? Because once it is burnt in air, when you are using in any machine, any automobile, the burning will produce only water. The fossil fuel, once it is burnt, we will get carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, and if there is sulfur contamination, we may get sulfur dioxide. Number 3, titanium dioxide and molybdenum sulfide. Both are good semiconductors, and molybdenum is transition metal which is combined with sulfur, that is called sulfide, is good catalyst for hydrogen release. Semiconductors are such type of materials that has electrical conductivity, and that electrical conductivity is in between conductor and insulator combined together. Titanium dioxide and molybdenum disulfide can improve efficiency of high absorption and water splitting capacity. That's why these two paints are combined, and this material is more stable and durable. At the same time, these two materials are available in abundance, in large quantity, and we can afford both of these, so that we can manufacture the solar panel, and in future let us have our solar painted houses to get the solar energy which can be used as a source of electricity. Let me share one tip. Today, the fastest growing branch of science is chemistry. And I used to say, chemistry is the mother of all sciences. And one day one gentleman asked me, Professor Khan, tell me who is chemist? I say it's very simple. Anybody who can convert the matter into amazing things, into millions of the things, that person is chemist. Why? Because we are saying that Stone Age is over. No, stone is still there. The same quantity of stone is there, what it was some thousands and millions of years ago. But the thing is that that matter, that stone, silicon, sulfide, titanium, copper, iron, silver, gold, they are all converted into different form, amazing things to produce energy, to consume, and to have different type of substances. By 21 means when it is 2025, by the year 2100, there will be billions of substances. Today is almost, it is 300 million new substances are produced, synthetic as well as natural, with the help of chemists, scientists. So once again, thank you very much for watching the lecture.